This is Dr. Frank A. Thomas with another version of Living Your Passion. Today, I want to ask a very important question, probably one of the most important questions you'll ever be asked. And it's this: do you have a teachable spirit? Are you teachable? Now, I know many of us think we're teachable, so let me ask you that question, because there was a church in Corinth, 2 Corinthians 7. I believe that the church at Corinth was unteachable. So Paul teaches these lessons. Number one, to be teachable, you have to bow to some spiritual authority. Somebody has mothered you and somebody has fathered you in the faith. Somebody has taught you. Somebody must guide you. Somebody must lead you. Somebody must instruct you. Somebody must help you. Do you have a person that you bow down in spiritual authority? Somebody who can speak into your life. See, when a person doesn't have anybody that they bow down to, they're their own spiritual authority. And you are unteachable when you are your own spiritual authority. Number two, every now and then, that spiritual authority will send you a sorrowful letter. A sorrowful letter is to acknowledge that a piece of behavior that you're exhibiting is out of order. Can anybody call you and tell you that you're out of order? Can anybody put you in spiritual check? So every now and then, Paul had to write a sorrowful letter to the Corinthian church to tell them they were out of order. At first, they rejected it. They rejected it. They didn't bow to a spiritual authority, which was Paul, who was their father in the ministry. Then they did not accept the letter that he wrote. So if you're going to have a teachable spirit, you got to bow down to spiritual authority. You have to accept sometimes being called out of spiritual order. And then thirdly, you have to be in reconciliation mode, which means just because you speak a hard word to me, I will not be in division, I will not be bitter, and I will not be angry. So Paul expected, when he wrote this letter based upon past behavior of the Corinthian church, that they would continue to reject the letter. But you know what they did? They got the letter and repented. And Paul rejoices because they were teachable. Paul rejoices. Many of us get sorrowful letters. The people close to us sometimes speak hard words. I know my wife speaks hard words into my life. So do I bow to her spiritual authority? She knows me. We've been married for 38 years. I mean, am I willing to accept? Do I reject do I blame her or blame somebody? Or am I open to correction? And then, based upon being corrected, am I open to reconciliation? Thank you for sharing with me. My life is better. You were right about that. You know, I am. But a lot of this is hard for a lot of us, and as a result, we don't grow. If this is hard, you don't have a teachable spirit, you can't grow in Christ. Because all of us get sorrowful letters. All of us have to bow to spiritual authority, and all of us have to seek reconciliation. If you want to be teachable, bow to some spiritual authority. Second, sometimes you're going to get a sorrowful letter from the spiritual authority. And third, be open to reconciliation. Paul rejoiced with the Corinthian church that they repented. He didn't hold it against them. He was overjoyed. Read 2 Corinthians 7. You'll find it all there. This is the spiritual vitamin today. I hope you have a teachable spirit. Each and every Monday, I again remind you that we do a broadcast on Periscope. The subject is teaching, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We do that every Monday. Second thing I want to suggest to you is that we go up on SoundCloud every week. Thirdly, every Monday we release a video teaching. Fourthly, every Friday we release another version of Living Your Passion. Why don't you subscribe to these platforms so that you can instantly, as soon as it's uploaded, you'll get the word. Then after you get it, I know you'll enjoy it. I want you to share it with your family and friends. I want you to bless others. And thank you so much for your prayer support. Thank you for listening and taking the time. It's by your prayers that we continue this series. God bless you. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.